And then there was a divorce settlement. You got $7 million. People were saying this is all about the money. But then you did something that twisted that whole argument. What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
And in fact, your exact words were, quote, $7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
So as of today, you have not paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
You testified under oath, quote, the entirety of my divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote. That statement wasn't true.
It is true. I pledged the entirety to charity.
You had all of the $7 million for 13 months before Mr. Depp sued you, and you chose not to pay it to the charities you pledged it to. Is that correct, Ms.
I disagree with your characterization of that.
You wanted praise for donating the money, right?
That's incorrect.
So Mr. Depp is not the only domestic partner you've assaulted, is he, Ms. Heard?
I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to, ever. And I swung at him.
I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you tough?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby. I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm sorry I hit you. I did mean to hit you.
And you said you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yeah, I had to hit his body to get him out of the door.
My question was, you said on that recording that you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you accused him of being a baby for not wanting to be in a physical fight with you, right?
Incorrect. I accused him of being a baby for complaining about me hitting him when he was trying to get through the door. I was trying to barricade. Right. I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to, ever.
It began when Tammy, who was the heavier of the two sisters, fell over in the bathroom before waking up the following day without the ability to breathe.
I woke up and I couldn't breathe.
It probably was pretty scary having your overweight, unhealthy sister on life support for over 3 weeks. However, to begin planning for the funeral before she had even died was almost comically pessimistic, which would become even funny when Amy stated that the money was to fund Tammy's triple-size extra-large coffin.
With Tammy being so big, if something does happen, her coffin is gonna cost them more because they have to triple the size of the coffin. So this GoFundMe account will be for Tammy's funeral if she dies. So please find it in your heart to donate.
The GoFundMe itself read, "This fund is for if anything was to happen to her, will go to her funeral. If she makes it through this, the money will stay there or go to her hospital bills that insurance won't pay. I won't ask, but I don't know what else to do. Please help us, even if it's cents. Thank you and may God bless you." Now, if Amy had approached the situation from the angle of we're just doing this to cover the hospital bills and left it at that, there probably wouldn't have even been any backlash. However, since she had put so much weight on the possibility of death and people had donated assuming that she was going to die, when she would return to the videos a few weeks later laughing, joking and eating junk food as if nothing had ever happened, obviously the audience and those who had donated weren't all that happy, judging from the 85% dislike ratio on the original We Need Your Help video. It also didn't help that in a different video, Amy would reiterate that the money wasn't going to be spent on anything besides the funeral.
We won't be spending it on anything but the funeral.
So when it was confirmed that there was no funeral, a new question had been created. Where had the money gone? Amy would state that she had transferred the money to her mother to pay for Tammy's medical bills.
The money that y'all donated for Tammy when she was in the hospital, I gave it to my mother, who paid bills with Tammy's bills.
It was suspicious that she was unable to provide any evidence for the money going towards the hospital stay, especially when her audience would notice that she also happened to buy a new laptop and a new camper right after the GoFundMe had concluded.
Why would anyone, especially an African-American man,
used the symbolism of a noose to make false accusations.
I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming.
How could someone look at the hatred and suffering associated with that symbol and see an opportunity to manipulate that symbol to further his own public profile?
They called me. There's no which way you cut it.
Bogus police reports cause real harm.
The fact that we have these fear mongrels.
The accusations within this phony attack received national attention for weeks.
If I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot much more.
So I'm offended by what's happened, and I'm also angry.
So they get to go free and go about their life and possibly attack someone else?
Smollett attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language.
Do you think there's a link between the letter and the attack? And you did mention it to the police right away. Absolutely. About the letter.
When that didn't work, Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process.
I will never be the man that this did not happen to. I am forever changed.
If the attackers are never found, how will you be able to heal?
I don't know. You do such a disservice when you lie about things like this. I think that what people need to hear is just the truth. I still want to believe, with everything that has happened, that there's something called justice.
His associates, the Osundairo brothers, testified against the actor, saying Smollett paid them to attack him outside his Chicago home. And late last year, a jury convicted Smollett of filing a false police report.
You put the noose around your own neck.
Even after a Cook County judge sentenced Jussie Smollett to 150 days in jail, the disgraced actor turned convicted felon sticking to his story.
You committed hour upon hour upon hour of pure perjury.
Judge James Lynn sentencing Smollett to 30 months felony probation, including that jail time, ordering he pay more than $120,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago and pay the maximum fine, $25,000.
Melinda Denham broke down in tears this morning after admitting that she lied when she swore before a grand jury about being raped last August.
I know I made a mistake, and I know I can't take it back. I don't want to get in trouble no more.
And so he didn't rape you?
No.
Her boyfriend Shannon Hudson was charged with burglary and 2 counts of rape and spent 2 months in jail before being released.
You knew from the very start that he'd done nothing. And this man spent 60 days, as I understand, in jail or thereabouts because you lied.
Her family says she shouldn't have received the jail time.
She's never been in any trouble. She was a good kid.
Around 1:30 Sunday morning, the state trooper pulled over Sharita Dixon Cole on suspicion of drunken driving. She tells the trooper she's coming from downtown Dallas, where she only had 1 drink, and she's driving to her fiance's house in Waxahachie. During a field sobriety test, the trooper pours out 2 bottles of alcohol he found in her back seat. He places Cole under arrest and asks her to sit in the front seat of his patrol vehicle. Well, this is the point when the woman says the trooper offered to let her go in return for sexual favors. But that exchange is never heard in the video. Cole also accused the officer of fondling, groping, and sexually assaulting her on the way to jail. But those claims also not supported by the video. Hours after her arrest, well-known civil rights activist Shaun King wrote on Facebook and Twitter, this woman was kidnapped and raped by a Texas state trooper. King included a detailed explanation of the claims as explained by Cole and her attorney Lee Merritt. Well, DPS responded to those accusations late last night by releasing that video in full.
Cole tells us she had no idea of the rumors or allegations that were spreading online while she was still behind bars on that Sunday. She says she never okayed any publicity or even spoke to anyone aside from her then boyfriend.
The story was told as if I provided it, as if I approved it, as if I wrote it, and I did not.
The office did say in a statement that while in custody, she made, quote, detailed false claims about the trooper.
In Chop we trust. Hit subscribe now, that's a must. Cringemunch. Let's go. Sit back, unwind, I expose the fakes every single time. Yeah, you know what I came to do. We gon' share a laugh at every single fool. Now, hop in the driver's seat. Come witness the masterpiece. Got these fakes all mad at me. Be real or you got to leave. Psychic liars, fake gurus. So crazy, must be cuckoo. Guarantee you gon' laugh a bunch. Here with the Cringemunch.